I let him hang when I pull this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. I know for this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow me.
Especially when the hoes have got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Cannon Speaks. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay? Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I could use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Always welcome. Also, if you're over on Kick, gift a sub. Sharing is caring. People sharing is caring. Gift a sub. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. You know, and the person that you gift a sub to will appreciate it as well, man. Every little bit goes back into the channel. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I had a great Monday, guys. It was a nice day. The day was supposed to be 68 degrees, right? Today was supposed to be 68 degrees and ended up being like 76, man. I guess Mother Nature is fighting back, god dang it. Because before, like I said earlier, Mother Nature was throwing out fucking temperatures like Powerball numbers. I was like, man, how we go from 70 to 60 to 40 to 35 back to 60? I'm like, good Lord, I need to play these numbers. I was ready to send my son down to the corner store. Like, go play these numbers, boy. How many people grandparents used to send them down to the corner to play numbers for them? Anybody in the chat? Their grandparents used to send them, their mother or somebody, aunt. They used to send them down to the corner. Go play these numbers. I want this one. I want these numbers straight, and I need these numbers boxed. You remember that shit? Am I the only person? Oh my goodness gracious, those were the days, man. Anyway, I was happy. It was a nice day. I got to clean out the majority of my garage. I got the majority of my garage cleaned out. You know what I mean? Me and my son went and we was riding bikes today. My son, like I said earlier today, my son did not show any interest in like learning how to ride a bike. Then all of a sudden he wanted to ride a bike. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get you a bike. Then my mother just ended up saying, F it, I'm gonna go get the boy a bike. She went and got him a bike, brought it up to the house. Then I was like, all right, let's go ride this bike, bro. My son learned how to ride a bike in 5 minutes. He learned how to ride a bike in 5 minutes. Then we out there today. He got it more down packed today. So we was riding around. You know, took like a little 30-minute break from cleaning out the garage. When I got home, we rode the bikes around. He had fun. I had fun. My big ass looking like a circus bear on my bike. But we had a good time. We had a good time, man. Anyway, what happened? Them wanted a dirt bike. He still want a dirt bike, right? He just started riding a damn regular bike, and now he talking about he want a dirt bike. And I'm like, hey yo. First off, I needed to get better with riding a regular bike first. All right. When you start showing me that you could do some slide outs and skidding around and maybe jump a ramp or two, we'll look at doing the dirt bike. All right, we'll look at it, right? If you was watching the early stream today, my father got like a junk dirt bike sitting in his office that need to be fixed up. I can fix it, ain't no problem. So I was like, well, maybe if he shows me that he can ride this bike a little better, you know what I mean? And then we can, then I'll fix up this dirt bike and have this little. It's probably like a little 25cc dirt bike. It didn't look like it was that serious, you know what I mean? So that'd be perfect for him, you know what I mean? So we'll see. But he had a good time. I got to clean out most of my garage. I can actually see my workout equipment now, guys. I had to clean my way in and assemble my way into the garage. So the wife had like all this shit, like that she had bought like lawn furniture and patio furniture. I had to put that stuff together so I can make more room so I can put other stuff away. It was just crazy. From the moment I got home to the minute, actually like 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, I came in, took a shower. I ain't even ate dinner yet. Just came down here, jumped on the stream, guys. Anyway. Oh, boy. So, we're going to talk about, all right, so we're going to talk about this later. So what we got in store today, we're going to talk about, apparently Donald Trump is supposed to be implementing martial law on 420. You heard me right. Apparently there's this whole thing going around of Donald Trump implementing martial law in about 6 days. 6 days. Okay? Then we got a couple of assassination attempts, we'll say. Okay? We got a couple of botched assassination attempts, we'll say, that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the tragic situation with the LSU prospect that ended up unaliving himself. We talked about it on stream this morning for a little bit, but we're going to go back into that. And we're going to talk about, what's his name? Jaquarius? Is that how you say his name? The guy that like choked his girlfriend out and some other shit that was supposed to be going into the league. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to go to a Rumble exclusive for my man Jonah. We're going to go Rumble exclusive for Jonah. That'll be after we talk about this stuff. Stick around for the Rumble exclusive. If you don't have a Rumble account, if you're over on Kick, man, head over to Rumble. Make an account. It's super easy. Super easy. They have an app as well. We're live on Rumble right now. We're live on YouTube, Kick, and X, guys. I'm thinking about throwing Facebook back in there, but I don't know. I don't even use Facebook. Like, I don't use Facebook. Does anybody still use Facebook? Huh? You know, does anybody using Facebook? You know, I just feel like, you know, I just don't feel like it. You know, I don't know. I feel like Facebook has just gone the way of the dodo. Facebook has gone the way of MySpace. Facebook's where all the normies live. Oh, Lord have mercy. I feel like Facebook is just fucking Friendster or what's it called? Black Planet. We need to make Black Planet great again. Doc says he uses it a lot. Protocol says use it to get this notification. You know, or I don't know. Why not a Kick exclusive? I don't know. I'm still trying to incorporate Rumble. I feel like Rumble's still a viable platform despite the fuckery that they're doing. Hey, Rumble, you guys are doing some fuckery. I'm just going to tell you that, okay? I'm trying to stick with you guys because you are a free speech platform. You guys have never kicked me off the stream or anything, but I know that my numbers have been going down dramatically over on Rumble. On Rumble, I used to be able to pull just as many people as I pull on YouTube, and now it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen unless we go to Rumble exclusives, and then next thing you know, because we go to Rumble exclusive, then people start jumping in there, and the next thing you know, I'm on the front page and all this other shit. You know, but Rumble trying to do that Rumble block with Dan Bongino's replacement with Steven Crowder and then Tim Pool and then whoever else fucking brings up the rear in the afternoons. Like, it's like, yo, y'all do that shit, right? So now you're just taking away from the other content creators on your platform, right? Then it's just, you know, a free for all in the evenings. It's like, goodness gracious, you know. Well, we'll still be on Kick as well. I'm sorry, okay? We'll still be on Kick. I apologize. So it's not going to be exclusively to Kick. It'll be I guess I should say Rumble and Kick exclusive. Rumble, Kick, and X. We're just leaving YouTube to talk about whatever Jonah's going to talk about, I guess I should say. I guess that's a better, we used to say a Rumble exclusive. Now we are on Kick, and I am streaming to X. We're just leaving YouTube. Okay, we're just leaving YouTube to talk about whatever fucking redacted shit that Jonah got to talk about that may or may not get me suspended from YouTube. Does that sound better? You know what I mean? Does that sound better? That's what it actually is. That's what it actually is. We're just leaving YouTube, okay? We're going to leave YouTube, so if you're on Kick, you're good. If you're on Rumble, you're straight. If you're on X, you're straight, right? We just used to call it a Rumble exclusive back when we were just streaming to YouTube and Rumble and X. That was it, you know? But yeah, anyway, so let's get to this shit. Old Donnie T. Apparently, they're talking about Donald Trump is going to. I'm going to show you guys a video real quick, okay? In fact, no, we're going to read this article first. All right, we're going to read this article first. Let's get to it. We're going to read this article first. Let's get into it. Let's get into the live commentary. Make this bigger for you guys to see. Bow, ta-da, watch out now. All right, so it says, will Trump announce martial law in the U.S. on April 20th after invoking the Insurrection Act of 1807? What do we know? What do we know? All right, so will U.S. President Donald Trump announce martial law after invoking the Insurrection Act, blah, blah, blah. Rumors are circulating online. President Donald Trump will invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807 to impose martial law on April 20th. And this stems from an executive order in which the president signed on January 20th, Inauguration Day, would hinted at the possibility within 90 days. When Trump assumed office on January 20th this year, one of the first executive orders he signed was to declare national emergency along the southern border of the United States. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. But we all knew that, right? Because it is a national emergency. It was a national emergency down there. So he declared a national emergency at the border. When you got 11 million people flowing in this bitch and you don't know where they coming from, you find out that you got a bunch of terrorists coming through the southern border as well. You know, fighting age men coming through the border. You know what I mean? Yeah, you declare national emergency. That order included a provision suggesting that President Trump might invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807 and possibly deploy the military within the United States on April 20th, 90 days after the executive order was issued. In simple terms, this act, Trump could deploy the U.S. military to the southern border and other troops to assist law enforcement in carrying out domestic policies. That is some vague language. Let's just keep reading on. Let's just go here. Will Trump invoke the insurrection? What the fuck is this? Get out of here. Will Trump invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807? The reports of Trump trying to invoke Insurrection Act of 1807 came after weeks of Homeland Security enforcement actions and deportations of illegal immigrants, including sending suspected gang members to El Salvadorian prison centers. In some cases, a majority of the men were without any criminal history in the United States. So let's get this right. Comes after weeks of Homeland Security enforcing actions and deportation of illegal immigrants, including sending suspected gang members. That's just an operative word that we want to pay attention to. I mean, am I wrong? We should be paying attention to that word, gang members, right? To an El Salvadorian prison. In some cases, majority of the men were without criminal history in the United States. I would argue that trespassing in another country is a felony, ain't it? Like coming across the border illegally entering another sovereign nation illegally. You hear that word illegally? You know, everybody on the left, some of the trolls that may come into the chat would argue that that's criminal behavior. I mean, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, maybe when they got here, they thought they straight button fly right, but a lot of people had history in their other countries, and they got over here illegally, meaning they didn't go, can I borrow some sugar? You know, they just came in and fucking started sitting in my lawn chair, you know, eating up my fucking hot dogs and hamburgers off my grill. I ain't even invite the motherfuckers to the party. They just here. They just crashed the goddamn party. Start eating up my shit, drinking up my fucking Coronas. I didn't tell these niggas they could be here. You know, it's trespassing. Let's see. The Insurrection Act of 1807, which is rarely invoked, gives the president authority to federalize the National Guard and use the federal military as civilian law enforcement to quell unruly demonstrations or other civil unrest. Under the Insurrection Act of 1807, the President of the United States has the authority to deploy the military and the National Guard in specific circumstances to enforce federal law enforcement or federal law. This act empowers military to take necessary action to quell rebellions, uprisings, or acts of violence and resistance, even when such actions are carried out by citizens. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. This is why I say this. How many of y'all remember, dang, I can't remember it. Jonah, I know you know because you're in the chat. How many people remember that clause that they tried to enact to try to keep Trump from assuming the presidency? You remember that, where they were saying that it gave the military permission to mow down or shoot civilians during civil unrest? It was like, I forgot what it was, because like RFK was railing against it on X. We did a whole thing on it, and they planned on using it against Trump to make sure he couldn't get in office until they just got their asses whooped in the election, and it was like they couldn't do it. I can't remember what that was, but I'll figure it out later. I'm sure Jonah knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure Reaction PR, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, 'cause I think Reaction PR is the one that sent it to me initially. I can't remember what it was. Damn. Anyway, so that's why I think that's interesting. So now they're saying that Trump's going to use this same situation to try to, quote unquote, enact martial law and try to put people in their place, straighten up and fly right. All because we do have an issue at the border. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you this. I highly doubt that Trump enacts the insurrection clause. I highly doubt that Trump enacts martial law in the United States, because he has the southern border under control. He has other borders under control. The rounding up of the illegals that are here is actually going according to plan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Reaction. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's actually going according to plan. I don't think he enacts the Insurrection Act of 1807. I think this is just a scare tactic from the left. Period, full stop. They tried this before, y'all remember? Y'all remember this? I want to show you. I'm going to show you this video. I'm going to show you a video that I did from a few years ago where they tried this same tactic, guys. They tried this same tactic. Just give me a second. Let me find it. Back in 2021, where they were trying to say Trump's gonna they said Trump's gonna what they say, he's gonna assume power. This is after Nickel Slick was inaugurated and all this other shit. Trump's gonna take power because the QAnon said it, and I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit. I wish they would just stop it. Just stop it. Now I gotta find it. Oh man, I hope I have it here. It was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous. Where is that at? Because it made me chuckle just a little bit. It made me chuckle just a little bit. Where would it be? Where? Oh, I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You got to love the left, man. The left, they're good at fear-mongering. The left is very, very good at fear-mongering. Period, full stop. Like, they know how to just get your goat. They know how to get your goat, guys. And you know it's going to be a bunch of people losing their shit over this, right? It's going to be a bunch of people losing their fucking shit over this. Where is this thing at? I know I have it. It's here. Oh, it's here. It's a great video. Gosh dang it. I thought I had it on my YouTube, but apparently I don't. Hold on. I'm looking for it now. Bear with me, people. That was a good video. Let's see. Is this it? Let me see. Yep, got it. I got it.
If you don't see it by now.
Boom. Let's go ahead and bring this back. We're going to go ahead and do that. Bow. Let's get it.
If you don't
just listen to this. This is from shit, when was this? They ain't got up here. Anyway, I think it was from March of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's check it out.
If you don't see it by now, I don't know what to tell you.
Tonight, the nation's capital on high alert. Officials warning domestic terrorists are plotting another attack on the Capitol tomorrow. An intelligence bulletin overnight stating an unidentified group of militia violent extremists had discussed plans to take control of the U.S. Capitol and remove Democratic lawmakers. That threat linked to a far-right conspiracy theory pushed by QAnon, falsely claiming Donald Trump will assume the presidency tomorrow on March 4th.
So let me give you a loose translation of what you just heard. Government plans to attack and overthrow the government with an unnamed militia based on loose allegations and unnamed sources created by the government. I'm telling y'all, this is controlled chaos. How many times we heard about a plot or an attack planned by some group only to find out that the ringleader was informants, agent provocateurs, if you will. And because of this so-called threat, Congress decided to suspend today's session. In this one story, they further managed to demonize guns, Trump supporters, as well as drag Trump's name through the mud just a little further. And this all comes on the heels of January 6th. And come on, we all know what January 6th was. The National Guard had to wait 3 hours before they could go in. I wonder why. I'm trying to figure out why the National Guard wasn't called in ahead of time. Wait a minute. Didn't Trump say he requested like 10,000 troops ahead of the rally? It's from PJ Media. Trump said he requested 10,000 National Guard troops at Capitol prior to riot, but was rejected. Days before the Capitol riot on January 6th, President Trump personally requested 10,000 National Guard troops be deployed at the Capitol over concerns of the crowd side. He revealed on The Next Revolution with Steve Hilton on Fox News Sunday evening. He said the request was denied over the optics that the troops' presence would create. I said, look, this rally is going to be bigger than anyone thinks. I think you should have 10,000 National Guard ready. They gave it to the people at the Capitol, which is controlled by Pelosi, and I heard they rejected it because it wouldn't look good. What I need to understand is that we're in an information war. And right now, the redacted are playing lights out.
That's another canon throwback right there. Another canon throwback. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all that. So it seems like they're trying this shit again. They're doing take two, is what it seems like to me. A take two, guys. So now they're trying to fearmonger. He's going to enact the Insurrection Act of 1807. He's going to enact martial law. He's going to lock you in your houses, and he's going to assume the presidency forever. And it's like, come on, guys. Here we go again with this bullshit. Okay, first off, I highly doubt the men and women of the U.S. military would just blindly follow Donald Trump into trying to make himself a fucking tyrant. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that. Okay? Because that just means you're alienating half of the fucking military, that they would follow those orders. 2, there is a fucking national emergency, or there was a national emergency at the border. 3, we got protesters right now being stupid out in the streets because the media said so. We got protesters protesting for a Fed. For a Fed that's got ties to MI6 and Mossad. Right? Then we got people vandalizing Teslas. They out here firebombing Tesla dealerships and charging stations. Right? We got Summer of Love on the way. Summer of Love is on the way. We just had a dude go and firebomb the fucking Pennsylvania governor's mansion because he was disappointed in the governor, which I'm assuming because the governor's trying to play ball with Trump. We don't know yet. The Weather Underground is making a comeback. And if these protests do get like they did in the CHOP, if these protests do get like they did in that Summer of Love, I need all the National Guard's troops to fucking form up and get as many rubber bullets as you can and fucking light these niggas up. I don't think you need the Insurrection Act of 1807 to enact not martial law, but the National Guard to go and fucking wreck shop on some violence. Match force for force, right? But this is just a scare tactic, people. This is a scare tactic. This is what they do. This is what the left does. They create a boogeyman, straw man. They disseminate it out to you. Right? Trump is going to declare martial law, and it scares everybody. Well, why is he going to do that? Because illegal immigrants running rampant in the United States. But this could affect you. Like, this shit is crazy. But never mind the illegals that's running here. Never mind the MS-13 and all of the other gangs that's just been fucking running roughshod around the United States, guys. He wants to put you back in chains. And this is what they're trying to sell to the American people. And then they wonder why there's so many assassination attempts or plots, we'll say, against Donnie T. What's up, Daisy girl? Then they want to wonder why there's so many plots. We don't understand. They'll say they don't understand, but then in the same breath, start denigrating and demonizing Trump. Like, that's why. Jasmine Crockett, Hillary. That's why. Dawn Lemon, Rachel Maddow, all those hoes on The View. That's why. You're pushing a false narrative, knowingly pushing a false narrative that are emboldening and creating these monsters. What's up, Heather? This shit's wild.
Unsealed Friday. A federal search warrant, unsealed Friday, details a murder plot as part of a plan targeting President Donald Trump. The documents attribute that plot to 17-year-old Waukesha student Nikita Kasap. Charged in the shooting deaths of his mother, Tatiana, and stepfather, Donald Mayer, inside their home February 11th. According to prosecutors, the teenager stayed inside the home with their bodies for 12 days.
Victim B body was appeared to have been deceased for some time, was unable to definitively identify who it was.
Police arrested Kasap in Kansas weeks later, finding him with his stepfather's car, gun, and $14,000. The motive for the murders, according to the federal warrant, was to use that money to fund a plan calling for the president's assassination, to, quote, foment a political revolution in the United States and save the white race. According to the records, Kasap shared an affinity for the neo-Nazi group, the Order of Nine Angles. And they also reference a 3-page manifesto quoted as saying, as to why, specifically Trump, I think it's...
Hold on. Hold on. You're wrong. How many angles in the swastika, guys?
obvious. By getting rid of the president and perhaps the vice president, that is guaranteed to bring some chaos. The records show Kasap on the platforms TikTok and Telegram discussed buying a drone to use in an attack. And investigators say he told a classmate, quote, when they saw 10 consecutive attacks in the news, it would have been him.
I just want to see something real quick. I don't think that's it. Maybe I'm wrong. I just said the Order of Nine Angles. I'm like, what the fuck is this? A math? That's like mathletes and shit. Order of Nine Angles sound like mathletes out this bitch. I'm like, damn, they doing trigonometry at this motherfucker. Anyway, so this kid done killed his parents and stuffed their bodies in the basement, I'm assuming, for 12 days and first off, let's just assume this story is on the up and up. Okay? Let's just assume the story is on the up and up. Okay? This kid wants to off Donald Trump for some fucking reason that I can only attribute to all the vitriol that we're hearing about Donald Trump in the news and in the media, on Capitol Hill, on late night television. Just like I would, if this is assume this shit is true, the guy in Florida who tried to shoot him through the fucking fence at Mar-a-Lago or Trump International Golf Course. Just like this to suspend disbelief, and just like the kid in Butler, PA, who wanted to shoot him. Suspend disbelief, just like another guy in Butler, Pennsylvania, who they just fucking arrested, who wanted to take out Donnie T. If we're going to go with those stories and say these people were these radicalized psychopaths, what radicalized them? What radicalized them? Could it have been all of the bad press that Donnie T gets? See, this is what I'm talking about. You're creating the very monsters that you're that you claim Donald Trump is. You're helping to foment the chaos. Helping to foment the chaos. So when something really does happen to him, then what? What you guys gonna do? You guys gonna do all that bullshit on the air that you do, and try to make it seem like he was such a fantastic president? This is a somber day for America. Remember that shit? But you motherfuckers is the reason why he in the casket. I half-ass look at a lot of this fucking propaganda they put out against him as call to actions. Just like this, what do you think is gonna do to a normie to see a headline and not read ahead like we just did? A normie to read a headline and go, "Oh my God, he's trying to enact martial law." When normies hear martial law, they think of FEMA camps, you know what I mean, and gulags and getting mowed down in the streets by the fucking brown shirts, the Gestapo. That's what they hear when they hear martial law. This kid allegedly just want to cause chaos. So what he read? He reading rules for radicals out this bitch. Is that what he reading? Guys, don't read so far into this whole martial law shit, please. A national emergency and martial law are fucking two different things. And now, at 420 of all fucking days, he's going to enact martial law. You know what's going to happen? Nothing. You know, I'm saying my opinion because I could be wrong, but you know what's going to happen in my opinion? Nothing. Just like the video I showed you that I made back in March of 2021. A far-right extremist group is going to go in and they're going to kick ass and take names, and Trump's going to assume the presidency as he rightfully should. What the fuck happened on March 4th of 2021? Not a goddamn thing. All they did was sit there and get people all riled the fuck up, thinking that it's about the 1776 should rise again. They had people all up in arms, getting scared, out here buying weapons and shit. It's just the same thing I told y'all before. They're not opposed to going to the same play twice. Justin said Real ID might cause it too. That Real ID shit is wild when A-Shit was going over that. We had that shit here in Maryland for a while. I think when I got my license renewed, I ain't had no choice. I went to the fucking the NVA. I had to take my birth certificate, my social security card, and like 2 pieces of mail and some other shit. And I'm like, damn, I said I already got a fucking license. I'm just getting it renewed. Hey, what the fuck I gotta bring all this shit like I'm just getting a new license? Like I'm coming into the United States. I'm like, see, this real. I knew back then. I said, here we go with this shit. This big brother shit, this Real ID shit. And then come to find out, illegals was getting Real IDs too. They told us, oh, it's just so we can make sure that you're a resident of the United States. So we're giving Real IDs out, and then we can see who's who. I'm like, but why is illegals got Real ID out this bitch? Somebody make that shit make sense. Yeah, they running the same play like a game of Tecmo Bowl. Just keep giving it to Bo Jackson. Just keep giving it to Bo Jackson. And people just eat because of the way social media is set up and society is set up today. People got the fucking IQ and fucking memory of a goddamn goldfish. And they don't remember when they tried to run that same play. Is this the revamped version of Project 2025? I don't know. Project 2025 take 2. That's what this is. Project 2025 take 2. Oh, man. Now you want me to believe that this kid murdered his parents so he can carry out a plot to kill Donald Trump. Where do I begin with that shit? Where do I begin with that? Let's start out by they saying this kid was in the chat rooms. He was in Telegram and a couple other encrypted chat messaging rooms talking about his plan and plot to kill Donnie T. Let's talk about that big ass fucking house that he's been living in that his parents have been stuffed in the basement in. Nice, well-to-do family and neighborhood. Let's talk about his manifesto that hasn't hit the streets yet. But every time I hear manifesto, I can't help but to think an op. I can't help but to think every time I hear manifesto, I can't help but to be like, what 3-letter agency fucking ChatGPT that shit up? I never understood the manifesto for people that wanted to carry. Like, I get it if you want to write down, you need order of operations. You need to write this shit down. Let me write down the shit that I need to do to make this shit go down. But these motherfuckers out here writing book reports. They writing fucking doctoral dissertations on what they're doing. Right? Instead of just getting the shit done. Like this shit trips me out. Thanks, Jonah. The Order of Nine Angles is a satanic left-hand path of terrorist network that originated in the United Kingdom, but has since branched out into other parts of the world, claiming to have been established in 1960. Hey, Jonah, when was the Weather Underground? Thanks. Claiming, 1960s. It rose to public recognition in the early 1980s, attracting attention for its neo-Nazi ideology and activism. Describing its approach as traditional Satanism, it also exhibits hermetic and modern pagan elements in its beliefs. Let's talk about this kid's. He putting out on goddamn TikTok and Facebook and IG and shit. Anybody know where I could get a drone so I can put bombs on it? Like allegedly, this is what they're telling us that this kid was doing. Then they said he found a friend in Russia that helped him. Meanwhile, his name just sounds Russian or Ukrainian. By the way, not only did he find a friend in Russia, he found a friend in Ukraine. How about that? He has some ties to Ukraine, and somebody in Ukraine helped him with the fucking situation too. So now it's too perfect. You got a 17-year-old radicalized by some fucking white supremacist group. He was seen talking on encrypted messaging apps. He has friends or somebody helping him in Russia and the Ukraine, allegedly, to help him pull off this caper. And there was a manifesto. He can make peace deals. All this shit screaming op to me, and they just so happen to foil it. All of this shit sounds like an op to me. All of this shit sounds like some Manchurian Candidate stuff. I could be wrong. This kid was actually trying to pull this shit off. But see me, I'm from that. I tend to believe if you really going to do some shit, right? If you really going to try to pull some shit off, right? You going to do that shit and keep quiet until it's done, right? You ain't going to talk about it. You going to be about it. You ain't going to talk about it. You going to be about it.
Case in Pennsylvania, Governor. We're learning some new information at the arson case in Pennsylvania. Governor Josh Shapiro's home. Court documents released this morning say 38-year-old suspect Cody Balmer had plans to beat the governor with a sledgehammer if he was confronted. Fox's Alexis McAdams has the very latest.
New details emerging as authorities continue their investigation into the arson attack at the home of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. During a post-arrest interview, police say the suspect, 38-year-old Cody Balmer, expressed a deep hatred for the Democratic governor and said he planned to beat him with a hammer.
He clearly had a plan. He was very methodical in his approach.
Balmer walked about an hour to get to the Harrisburg governor's mansion, according to police. He scaled a nearly 7-foot iron fence in the middle of the night to get away from authorities, broke into the house with a hammer, and started a fire using at least 2 Molotov cocktails. The family awakened at 2 o'clock in the morning by police banging on the door, urging them to get out. The governor condemning this violent act.
This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. It is not okay, and it has to stop.
These pictures show just how bad the damage was inside. This room where the Shapiro family and friends were celebrating Passover just hours earlier left charred.
I refuse to let anyone who had evil intentions like that stop me from doing the work that I love.
Support pouring in. Vice President J.D. Vance saying he hopes the person responsible is brought swiftly to justice. Shapiro says he's been in touch with the FBI Director Kash Patel, who promises federal resources for this case. As police continue to look for a motive in this case, Balmer's looking at a long list of criminal charges like attempted murder and terrorism. Reporting in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
That's also interesting. Wasn't he autographing bombs? That's wild. So let's get this story straight. Now, this one I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? Maybe this was organic. We ain't hear about no manifesto. We ain't hear about this nigga being in the chat rooms. We ain't hear about none of that. He just showed up and set the governor's mansion ablaze. And then I had to sit and think about it a little more. He walked for an hour to get there. He walked for an hour to get there. That's interesting. He didn't drive and then like maybe park about 10 minutes away or 5 minutes away, right? Because you're going to set the governor's mansion on fire. You need to get the fuck out of there quick and get on the road fast so you walk. Interesting. Then I'm like, where was the security detail for the governor? So you got a guy that's walking an hour with fucking Heinekens in his fucking pocket with gasoline in him. No, that's just not weird, right? Then he gets there. Where's the security detail for the governor? Our governor has security detail from the state police. I'm assuming that Shapiro's supposed to have a detail from the state police. I mean, am I wrong about that? Robert's wild. Then he scales the wall. He scales the wall. And nobody fucking seen him scale the wall. Like, was the detail just like, fuck it, it's 2 a.m. I'm gonna take me a little nap. Then he fucking breaks the glass with a sledgehammer or some kind of hammer and lets himself into the governor's mansion. And proceeds to set that bitch on fire. With the governor in it. But this is what don't make sense to me. If I would have seen him, I would have bashed his head with a sledgehammer. This is what he told the police, according to this report. Apparently you didn't get seen going into the governor's mansion. You broke the glass and you got in and you still wasn't seen or nobody tried to apprehend you. You didn't try to make your way up to the sleeping quarters and do your worst. You just dropped a couple of Molotovs in that bitch. Here, this bud's for you. Started to set that bitch on fire. You had the drop on him. Was this shit an op too to make it seem like some white supremacists targeting a Jewish state official? That's how this story kind of plays out to me. Poor Governor Shapiro was attacked by a white supremacist on Passover. Hell of a time. It's a hell of a time. It's a hell of a time. Like it's perfect timing. Goddamn it. See, they can't pull the wool over all can of Hotep eyes, guys. I'm sorry. That shit sound like programming. The other kids sound like programming too. You off your parents. You can withstand the smell and shit. You just in the house chilling with their bodies. I told y'all the story. I said my grandfather owned some properties around the city, and we got a call from the police that they found a body in one of his houses in the basement, dead. Guy that actually rented the house, I guess he died in the basement. We get there, the entire block is fucking reeking. The entire block is boofing. We turned, I was like, damn. I was like, Pop. I was like, is that man, listen. We got in the house, we had to open up all the doors. They had already took the body away. All the doors, windows, I mean, it's boofing. That guy was in there for like a week or so. They said his parents in there for like 12 days. What's up, Kid Gravity in the building? He was purifying the house in the fires of Lake Susquehanna. That's fucking funny. Goodness gracious. But you tell me that kid could sit in the house like that for damn near 2 weeks with his parents' bodies decomposing and just chilling. No. That shit sounds like some programming. This motherfucker walking an hour to the governor's mansion sounds like some programming. The fact that the security detail, which is supposed to be the state police of Pennsylvania, they didn't catch this nigga walking down the street. They didn't catch him scale the fence. They didn't catch him break the glass. They didn't catch him going to the fucking house until the fires were set. You can't fool me, deep state. You can't fool me, collective. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Order through chaos, that's what they call it. Order through chaos. The kid that tried to, quote unquote, assassinate Donnie T, or the plotting to assassinate Donnie T, he told you, just for chaos. This is what they do it for. And out of that chaos to bring the order. So make of it what you will. I'm going to tell you this, that these two attacks are not some organic shit that just so happened to happen. These things were made to happen. These attacks were made to happen. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, let's get on with the show. This shit is sad. This shit is some sad set of circumstances right here. Authorities rule NFL draft prospect Kyron Lacy died in apparent suicide. As previously suspected, former star LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacy's death has been ruled a suicide, according to a Harrison County Sheriff report released on Sunday. Lacy was found dead Saturday night in Houston at just 24 years old. Damn. He was in the car being pursued by authorities before he crashed. The police department report said, ending the pursuit. When authorities approached Laci's vehicle, they determined he had died in an apparent suicide. Let me read that again. He was in his car being pursued by authorities before he crashed. The police department report said, ending the pursuit. When authorities approached Laci's vehicle, they determined he had died in an apparent suicide. In a Facebook post on Sunday, don't know how you do a Facebook post, but in a Facebook post on Sunday, Laci's father, Kenny, adjured parents to stay in touch with their children regarding their mental health. Young parents, start talking to your kids at a very early age to make sure they're confident and comfortable confiding in you. Laci's father wrote, "Don't be cool with 'I'm all right, I'm good,' when you know deep down something isn't right. Mental health is real, and for the most part, it's invisible. Don't ignore the signs, even if they may seem small." Laci spent 2 years at Louisiana before finishing his college football career at LSU. He had declared for the 2025 NFL Draft, which takes place in less than 2 weeks. Our lives have changed forever, and this will never be okay, but God needed my baby more than he was needed here. I'm going to let that go. Kenny Laci, Kyron's father, continued in the post. "This has to be the biggest pill our families have to swallow, but I know the love and compassion in our families will get us through. This will never get easier, but we'll learn to live with it. Check on your kids' mental," he concluded with numerous exclamation points. In December, Laci was arrested for his alleged involvement in a car crash that killed a 78-year-old man. He was scheduled to appear in front of a jury Monday. If you're struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing a mental health crisis, you can call or text. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this kid was going to the draft, right? He's probably going to be what, a number one draft pick allegedly, number one draft pick, or one of the top draft picks in the 2025. He was what's the word? I can't think of it right now. But he was supposed to get picked up in the 2025 draft. In December, he was involved in a car crash that killed a 78-year-old man. He was scheduled to appear in front of a jury on Monday. So, what it sounds like to me and what I've read earlier is that this kid allegedly was driving recklessly. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know. And his actions behind the wheel caused whatever the accident was that killed this 78-year-old man. He was going to court for this shit, right? Pop, you was telling me about this, right? He was going to court for this. So if he was found liable for killing that man, he was going to do some time, allegedly, maybe. I don't know. Now, he was supposed to be in the 2025 NFL Draft. Well, and that's in a couple of weeks. But before that even happened, before he went before the court for this other accident that caused the death of the man, it seems like he was back out running from the police, and he crashed his car. Now, I don't know what this means by they determined he had died in an apparent suicide. I don't know what that means. I don't know if when they walked up on the car, he pow. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know if when they walked up on his car, he drew down on the police and it was suicide by cop. I don't know what none of that shit means. His court date was today. This shit's sad, man. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Now, earlier today, I agree with the dad. I 100% agree with his dad. You got to stay in your kid's ear. We talked about this earlier today. You have to stay in your kid's ear, guys. He's right. You just can't take, I'm good, I'm all right. Nah, if you see it's an issue, you need to make it so that your kids are comfortable with talking to you about situations. Like I told you guys earlier today, with my daughter. My daughter, we have that relationship where she can come to me and talk to me about, like, sometimes she just gets in the car and just start fucking talking about her friends and shit that's bothering her, and I listen. I give her some advice. Maybe it's some advice she don't want to hear. Maybe it's some insight she doesn't want to hear, but I give it to her. You know what I mean? I let her vent, But you need that relationship with your kids because you never know what these kids are going through, especially because these kids are fucking soft nowadays. They're soft. S-O-F-T, soft. And then with the advent of the fucking social media, the bullying and the shit like that can get out quick, right? But you got to be there for these kids. Because it helps them to know that they're parents, that somebody cares about them. And you never know what day they're having. Maybe you just asking about it and give, and maybe a hug or just listening made them feel better. Because this is all too common nowadays with these kids offing themselves for stupid shit. Stupid shit. But this kid here is an interesting case. Now, what I said earlier today, let's just say you was out there, you was driving, having fun, and you just whipping through traffic. You fucking misjudged some shit. Now he caused an accident. Now this 78-year-old man is dead because of his actions behind the wheel. So now you gotta live with the fact that you played a role, whether he ran into this old man or he caused this old man to swerve in the fucking traffic and fuck himself up and die. But you had something to do with somebody dying, allegedly. So you gotta live with the fact that you potentially killed somebody with your actions. So now you gotta live with that shit. Now that's weighing on you heavy. Your parents probably how some black. What's up, nerd? I just seen you was in here, nerd. So your parents, you know how black parents is. You fucking ruined your life. What the fuck was you thinking? You're a fucking idiot. See now you're going to, and he hearing that shit, right? I don't know if that's his parents, but I can hear some parents going, "You fucking idiot! You ruined your fucking life, dumb motherfucker." I can see that. Now your ass going to jail. Da, 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 da. You not going to the NFL. Once they see this shit, they gonna back away from you. So now you dealing with a potential death that you caused. Now instead of your parents being in your corner, your parents, and this is all speculation, guys, okay? Now your parents is pissed at you, rightfully so. You fucked up. Your parents is pissed at you. They probably done shut down on you because you just fucking ruined your life. So now you feel alone. So now you're depressed. Now you're sad. Now you're having thoughts of, maybe I should just end it. I done fucked my entire life up. Maybe I should just hit the reset button. I don't know if he started drinking, and then he had the bright idea to blast off down the highway again and get into a fucking police chase. Yank the wheel hard to the right, bow. And either A, pull the trigger, or B, point the gun so the police can pull the trigger for you. I don't know about you. The God I serve don't really look kindly on suicides. That's sad. Right? So maybe the parents are saying this because maybe the police shot his ass. Maybe he pulled the gun when the police got up to him and they shot his ass, and maybe they calling it a suicide attempt because they probably calling it a suicide by cop. Shit is wild, Joe. Shit is wild. I feel bad for this kid, but his decisions put him where he is. I feel it's tragic. It's a tragic story. Now, at a glance, when they were reporting it on the news, it just made it seem like, oh, this kid had potential and he killed himself. He had suicide. I'm thinking like, damn, like what could have been so bad in life that you just kill yourself? You're a fucking number one NFL prospect. You just, things that bad. Like what the fuck is wrong, bro? Couldn't talk to nobody, my man. Then you read on to see what it is that transpired. And it's like, fuck. That's crazy. It's fucking sad. Another life gone, another life wasted, another potential for greatness just down the drain, down the tubes. But then I read the fucking story and I'm like, as bad as I feel for him, his decisions put him where he is. His decisions led to his demise. And that's another reason you need to stay in your kid's ear. I told y'all my daughter's on a trip right now, a college tour, right? This is the first time my daughter's gone anywhere without us. Now, she's not by herself. She ain't with her friends, and they just reckless. She's 16. They got chaperones. They with, like, the school, right? But nonetheless, we're not with her. And this is the first time my daughter's traveled without us. And you better fucking believe we had a fucking talk. And for lack of, for the paraphrase, I said, don't do no stupid shit while you out of town. You do exactly what you're supposed to do. You be exactly where you're supposed to be. Your friends want to go sneak out and do shit. Your ass is not behind them. Matter of fact, I need to know where your location is. Make sure I got that shit. Because if that shit go off, I'm coming to goon hand you. I ain't got a problem doing it. I will embarrass you. I will show up where you are and don't test me. I said your grandfather wasn't a strict parent, but he was a stern parent, and that's how I'm trying to raise you. I'm letting you go on this trip because I want you to know that I trust you. But at the same time, you're a teenager and y'all teenagers do stupid shit. Don't be one of those teenagers. I told her how to handle herself. Don't go to be where you're supposed to be. You with the group or you in your room? You're with the group or you're in your room. That's it. Like I told her, I said, every time I did some shit that Pop told me not to do, I said, every time I did some shit Pop told me not to do, guess what? My ass was in a situation. Every fucking time. I called it the Kevin Cowser curse. I don't know if my father watching right now. I call that shit the Kevin Cowser curse. Because every time this man said, don't do this, and I went and did that shit anyway, my ass was in a situation that thank God saw me through the shit. So he ain't had to come get me from nowhere or come and fucking identify my body. Right, Carlton, yep. Like fucking house party out this bitch. To the point where, like, to this day, I'm 40. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Got a family, got a house. If I'm like, yeah, I'm about, and my father go, that's not a good idea. I think you should probably rethink that. I'd be like, fuck, this nigga just jinxed me. I just be like, I know if I do this shit ain't gonna go right. God damn it. You know what I mean? But the Bible says that. It says, you know, honor your mother and your father and your life will go well. If you don't honor your father and your mother, your life will not go well. How many times you hear about kids doing shit that their parents told them not to do and they go do it anyway and their asses is on the fucking 9 o'clock news? There's always that. So not only stay in your kid's ear for mental health and giving them a place to vent and talk about their feelings and shit, because this shit wasn't a fucking thing when I was a kid. I remember I was sad because a girlfriend broke up with me and I was moping around the house. My father was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Quan broke up with me." He was like, "What you gonna go to the lake and cry about it?" Like my father he had no sympathy for me. He's like, "Boy, you better get the fuck over it. You're 17. All these girls out here, you worry about one girl. Get out of my face. You gonna go fucking skip rocks now?" Oh man, but now these kids are soft and we gotta sit here and we gotta coddle them, but it's okay. Make sure you do that. I do it for my kids. I'm tough on them when I gotta be, but then I'm fucking Carl Winslow when I gotta be. Nigga, I'm James Evans when I gotta be. I'm fucking Uncle Phil when I gotta be. I'm Carl Winslow when I gotta be out this bitch. You know, like I said, mental health, yeah, check on your kids, but also make sure you always stay in your kids' ear and tell them about, you know what I mean? Like, don't do nothing dumb out here. You got a lot of life to live, and don't ruin it over some bad decision because, you know, you felt the peer pressure or you ain't want to look like a punk and all this other shit. Now you fucked up in the game for the rest of your life. You know? Exodus 20:12 states, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God has given you. There, Noro. That's where it's Exodus 20:12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord has given you. Okay, there you go. And, you know, what common sense means that if you don't honor your father and your mother, then your days are going to be short. You know, just context clues. Context clues. But you can't be, but can you be Mr. Cunningham? No, I'm not a Mr. Cunningham. Sorry. Purple Soul says Proverbs 13:24. Spare the rod, spoil the child. We see a lot of rod sparing in this fucking generation. You spare that rod, this is what you get. But this is sad, man. This is a sad state of affairs. This is a guy that had his entire life ahead of him. 24 years old, NFL prospect, life already mapped out. He about to get bread, pogs galore, snow bunnies in abundance. Out there being reckless, caused the death of a 78-year-old man. He was going to have to face the music on that. Maybe he would have got off if he didn't indirectly cause it. Maybe he would have got off, but something in him probably was like, I did that shit. Then, this past Saturday, gets in a fucking high-speed chase with the police. Car crashed. I don't know if he died in the crash and he left a note, or he pulled the gun on the police and they shot him, or he shot himself after the crash. We don't know, but they're determining this shit an apparent suicide. I would love to know the details of that. And now a kid's life is over at just the age of 24. I feel bad for this kid. But again, although I feel bad for him, his actions put him in that position. His actions put him in that position. His decisions put him in that position. Up to and including his demise. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family, though, man. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family. It's sad. Kind of makes me think of the J6s who were facing charges they felt they could not handle. Yeah, the guy that hung himself, right? Yeah, I remember that. I remember I wanted to go down there, and I said, nah, I got a feeling some shit gonna go south. I'm dead ass serious. I wanted to go down that bitch, and then I was like, nah, it's probably not a good idea. I think I should stay home. Plus, I carry a gun, so I don't go anywhere I can't carry my gun. I could carry my gun in D.C., but you can't be in the Capitol. You can't be at the National Mall with the shit. You can't be a part of a protest or any of that shit. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going anywhere I'm not supposed to be with my gun. So when I heard people had guns and shit and they were seeing people with Glocks, and I said, those are the feds. I already knew those are the feds. Huh. Interesting. You know what's funny? And I'll admit when I'm like, so I was always under the influence that suicide was a sin, right? That it was an unforgivable sin, and that you go to hell for suicide, right? But I don't think there's anything in the Bible about suicide. I know you have thou shalt not kill, right? That's what people are saying that they refer to. You know, Catholics, they'll tell you this a mortal sin. Christians, it's just thou shalt not kill. But that's one of the commandments. Now, before the New Testament, that shit got you fucking excommunicado. But now we got the New Testament, and the Lord and Savior, as long as you believe in him, dies for your sins. But Judas also, but Judas also fucking turned on Jesus, and Judas, like, the demons consumed Judas. Interesting. So maybe that kid is going to be all right, and maybe that kid's going to be all right as long as he believes in the Lord and Savior. Maybe he's going to be all right. But yeah. He could have been a victim of the left mindset. The court was out to get him. It's a possibility, Emmanuel. The court was out to get him. He was literally scared into offing himself. Yeah. Not to mention having to live with the fact that you killed somebody. Yeah, or could have had a hand in killing him. Fucking sad. Fucking sad. One second, guys. All right, we back. We are back. All right. What else we got here? Oh, so apparently I ain't had this pulled up. But apparently the kid Carmelo Anthony got his bail reduced to, I think it was $250,000. A lot of people upset about that. And I'm like, I'm not upset about that. Like, first of all, I thought $1 million was just astronomical. I thought $1 million bail was just astronomical. I'm like, God, like, geez. Like, I never thought the kid was a flight risk, right? Yeah, oh, he's a menace to society. I was like, the kid's not a menace to society. The kid made a snap judgment. He fucked up. And I still think he's going to have to pay for that shit, right? Still stand by where I said. He's going to have to pay for that. But let the kid go home. Let the kid go home to his family and spend time and be with his family before this trial starts. Let him be with his loved ones. The family was still going to put up the house to get him out. Probably not, because he got all that GoFundMe money. So they probably was able to pay the $25K off rip. But no, let the kid go home and spend time with his family. I doubt if he's a flight risk. He's not a menace to society. He's not gonna go out there and just start going on a fucking killing spree. Let him spend time with his family before the trial starts, because there is a very good chance that they're gonna give him manslaughter. Given the circumstances and the way the police report is, the way this things happen in the police report and in the news, if that shit plays out, that's how that shit happened. You can't, you can argue self-defense, but you can't justify the level of force that was used in the self-defense. Like I said earlier, I didn't know about the imperfect self-defense. I've never heard of that. They have something in Texas and a couple of states called imperfect self-defense, meaning like, yeah, they defended themselves, but like I said, the level of force wasn't justified or some other stuff, but he has to meet that criteria, and that comes on the end of the punishment or end of the sentencing. So, especially in Texas, because in Texas the jury sentences you. The judge doesn't do it. The jury actually sentences you. So I think that'd probably be in his best interest. So if he goes to trial, and let's just say they give him imperfect self-defense, he's not going to get murder. He's not going to get murder. They'll probably give him, I think they'll give him manslaughter and he gets 5 years. That's just what I think. I don't see them giving him 20 years, because in manslaughter in Texas, it's between 2 and 20 years. Murder is between 5 and 99 years. I don't see them giving it to him. So I think the best case scenario for that kid is going to be imperfect self-defense, and he gets manslaughter in 5 years. Now, they did say there is a video, Carlton, but they keep alluding to this video, but we haven't seen, like, there's no video out. Now, I wouldn't even allude to a video. I would have did exactly what they did with the Rittenhouse case. Don't show none of that shit until the case. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff they sat on until the trial. A lot of that shit they sat on until the trial. So that's where I'm at with it. But and again, another tragic case. You got one kid that's dead. His family has to bury him, and another kid that made a snap judgment, and now he got paid for it. It's just sad all the way around. Two families lost their sons. Now, there's one motherfucker that deserved to be in jail. What's his name? I can't even pronounce the shit. Jaquarius? Is that how you say his name? Jaquarius? Is that his name? I think I got it on my X thing. Go into the grift bag on X. Where shit at? Oh my gosh, I had it in here and it's gone now. That shit is gone now. Interesting. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't remember his name. The guy that choked his girlfriend out. The football player that choked his girlfriend out. this it right here? Yeah, this it right here.
We are
Between
learning
the
new
songs
details
and
about
stories,
a former Southern
the
University football player's arrest on domestic violence-related charges. We first brought you this story as breaking news last night. 22-year-old Quardarius Davis was arrested in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Quitting smoking is my #1 focus in life right now. The best thing that
Sorry, they got all these fucking things. Come on, Emmanuel. See, here you go with this shit. All right, here we go. Where the fuck is the sound? There we go.
We are learning new details about a former Southern University football player's arrest on domestic violence-related charges. We first brought you this story as breaking news last night. 22-year-old Quardarius Davis was arrested in Tulsa, Oklahoma. An arrest report says neighbors called 911 telling police they have a video that showed Davis and a woman fighting. They say the video shows him kicking in her apartment door, the woman running out screaming for help. And the report goes on to say that Davis is then seen strangling the woman until she appears to pass out. The report says she later gets up, goes into a neighbor's apartment, and calls 911. Southern University issued a statement saying the team dismissed Davis back in October for breaking team rules. His bail is set at $25,000.
When you've been in the industry for over 20 years, you learn a few.
Cut this shit out. God damn. I hate niggas like that, yo. I hate niggas like that. So that's what you gonna do? That's what you gonna do. Hold on, yeah. So that's what you gonna do, bro. For what? For what? You gonna choke out your chick? Why you choke your chick out? Why? Was she fucking around with another nigga? Is that what she was doing? Did she break up with you? Did she break up with you? Is that what happened? She's not a bad looking chick. Look all right. She all right looking. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it. Not going to show it. Do we know why he did it? His name is like cough syrup. Who's right, Purple Soul? Who's right? Right. Why do it in such a public way? Jonas is like, why do it at all, Jonas? Purple Soul, what you saying he right to choke Shorty out? Why? Why? Like, why? Where? Why? What? Is there ever a reason to do some shit like that? Only way I see you choking some girl out is this bitch trying to stab you. Or something like that. She trying to kill your ass. But you show up to her apartment for whatever reason. You show up to her apartment. You kick the door in. Y'all get into a little tussle. And you start elling her out until she unconscious. You choke her out until she's unconscious. I seen the video. I've seen the video. That shit is crazy. She was off her feet. She was off her feet, and you seen her feet go, her legs go limp. Malcolm says she was trying to leave him. So she was trying to leave him. Zan saying only if the baby ain't mine's, and I've been raising it. Man, kink is a Jesus, Pajona. He was right. Protect yourself at all times, even if a woman is hitting you. You gotta get, no, this nigga is a fucking football player. Unless this bitch is Amanda Nunes and she got them in hands, you just get the fuck away from her. I mean, you kicked her door in. So if the story's right, and he kicked her door in, that means he went in there he was pissed and he went in there. So if she did start hitting him, that's in self-defense, right? You went there for what? Y'all had an argument? You thought some other nigga was over there tearing them cheeks up? And if she pokes his eye? Nah. Sorry. He kicked her door in. All bets is off. If she fucking scratched his eye out, that's on that nigga. I can't see me getting pissed off and all 290 pounds of me goes and puts the boot to somebody's door, some girl's door, because I'm pissed off at whatever reason I'm pissed off for. And I walk my big ass in that house, and then if she start fucking trying to defend herself or fight me, it's warranted. This is not the first time hitting women. He was dismissed from Kansas University for domestic violence. Jeez. That's crazy. Your cousin got himself killed with a knife, and his brother, separate incident, was killed from domestic violence in front of his son. Damn. Nah, I don't see it. You know what I mean? I could see if they was in the house and she was pissed off at him because she saw his phone or some shit, and she started trying to fucking hurt him, and then he like just trying to. You still walk out the fucking door and you get away. I'm not fighting my wife. My wife could be mad at me for some shit, and next thing you know, I'm getting pots and pans or some shit thrown at me or something like that. I don't know. She could pick up a fucking knife. I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting the fuck out. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to walk out the front door. Like, that bitch crazy. And I'm walking out the front door. I'm not going to sit there and challenge. That's my house too, bitch. Put the fucking knife down before I beat your ass. No. Getting my ass out of here. I'll come back when she calmed down or some shit. I'll call the police so I can get my shit. But I'm not fucking going to put my hands on my wife. No, women aren't too dainty. Some women might need to catch 5 across the face. However, choke this bitch out till she's unconscious is a problem. It's a problem, especially when you were the one going. You the one that went to the house kicking the door in. I don't know why he was kicking the door in, but you were kicking the door in. It don't look good for you. And your big ass held her out until she was unconscious. Off her feet. You putting boots to the door makes me feel like you didn't have to be there in the first place. You went over there for whatever reason it is. Maybe she wasn't answering the phone, and you got it in your mind that she was doing some shit. Maybe she broke up with this nigga over a text message or some shit, and his ass got mad and went over that house. Whatever reason he went over there to fucking put the boot to the door, he put the boot to the door. So if she over that bitch, he put the boot to the door, and she was scared, and she fucking, I don't know, tried to fight the nigga, that's on him. That's on him. You get away from shit like that. CTE. You know, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at, like, I need to go back to the story. Hold on. I need to go back to the story. Where's that shit was at? On YouTube. Let's listen to the report again. The fuck? Oh, that's right. It wasn't YouTube, was it? I'm losing it, guys. I am losing it. Oh, Lord, we gotta do it.
This is where everybody comes together and has a great time.
Everybody's here.
Damn. Skip that.
University football players arrest on domestic violence-related charges. We first brought you this story as breaking news last night. 22-year-old Quardarius Davis was arrested in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Charged with first-degree burglary, domestic assault, and battery.
Press report says neighbors called 911 telling police they have a video that showed Davis and a woman fighting. They say the video shows him kicking in her apartment door, the woman running out screaming for help, and the report goes on to say that Davis is then seen strangling the woman until she appears to pass out.
Nah, ain't no way around that. Ain't no way around. If they got video of this nigga kicking her door in and her running, screaming for help, I can't defend this nigga. I can't defend that. He went to her house, kicked her. They got video going to the house, kicking the door in, which we seen the video of him choking her the fuck out. And she ran out screaming for help. And then he fucking chokes her to sleep. Nah. I can't defend him, yo. I can't. Even if he kicked this fucking door in to get whatever he had in there, let's say she was holding some shit hostage. She ran out screaming for help. Just go in and get what the fuck you came for and leave. She tried to hit you, mush that bitch to the ground and keep it moving. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I feel you, Emmanuel. We had some shit happen in my family like that too. We just end up beating the shit out that nigga. We beat that nigga ass. We beat that nigga ass. It was crazy. Beat that nigga ass. That's what nephews is supposed to do. That's what nephews is supposed to do. But yeah, I can't get behind this. I can't. I can't think of any situation where you need to choke a girl to sleep, especially when you're a big physical motherfucker. Smush the bitch out the way and get the fuck keep it moving. Now she was trying to fucking stab you or some shit like that. Yeah, and I had to L her out, put her to sleep. But don't think that was the case. Like I said, they got video. I just want to see if she have a weapon in her hand or some shit. Like, she out. But he's still holding that shit. Like, you lucky he didn't kill her. But I don't see anything in her hand that he's trying to get her to drop. Hold on. What is? It looked like she got like a, turn the sound off. It looked like she got like a purse. I want to show the video, but it's just not. It's in poor taste to show the video. It looked like she might like got a purse in her hand or some shit like that, or some kind of clutch. I don't see like something that could be like a blunt object in her hand. Maybe a phone. I can't tell what's in her hand. It don't look like something dangerous. It's her phone. It's a phone. I can see the lights lighting up when her arms went limp. I can see the lights on it. It's a phone in her hand. Yeah. Yeah, it's a phone in her hand. And she just went she went limp. And he kept holding it. No, I can't justify that shit, yo. Sorry. It's her phone. That nigga going to jail. If she presses charges, he's going to jail for that. He gonna do some time on that shit. Question is does she press charges on him? Wait, what? That's crazy, Emmanuel. That's crazy. Okay. So maybe there's one reason. So maybe there's one reason to fucking maybe there's one reason, okay? And you don't let go. That's wild. So she was trying, what's it called? Munchausen by proxy? Is that what that's called? It's called Munchausen by proxy, right? Now, I get it. He laid her down gently, but at the same time, nah. What was he there for in the first place? Why did he kick her door in? That's what they're going to look at. Then they're going to look at his size compared to her. I can't justify that shit. Oh shit, I'm sorry, y'all. Did I show y'all the fucking video? I did not mean to show y'all niggas the video. I did not mean to show y'all niggas that video. I did not realize that screen was up. Oh my Jesus. I'm so sorry. Legit, I did not realize I had this screen up. I thought I went to the full screen. I'm tripping. Oh my gosh. My bad, y'all. Fuck it, this is already up now, so. Multiple times. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I legit thought that this screen right here was up. That is my fault. I'm sitting there talking about I can't show the video, and I didn't show the goddamn video. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Damn. He laid her down gently, but why were you there? Why'd you kick the door in? She ran out for help. That's her retreating. So whatever else came behind that, that's on you. Not saying that you got to let her hurt you. You don't got to let her hurt you. But they're going to be like, they're going to look at that shit like, you kicked her fucking door in and some more shit. So what the fuck was you there for? Malcolm's in timeout? Why is Malcolm in timeout? I don't know. Can I? Let's see what Malcolm at. What his name at? What y'all done did? What y'all done did to Malcolm Riley, yo? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Can I take Malcolm? Y'all don't put Malcolm in. What y'all put Malcolm in timeout for? It was a mistake. I'm sure it was a mistake. I'm sure it was a mistake. Where is it? Hold on. Why can't I find his name? It isn't her though if he paying rent. There's a lot of shit we need to know, I guess. You're right. You know, you got a point. You got a point, Noel. A lot of shit we need to know about it. However, it's not how them boys in that court gonna look at that shit. She kicked in the door. She ran out for help, and she ended up unconscious. It also depends on how much of the video, because I want to see the video the neighbors got, because that shit like a Ring camera or some shit. I want to see a video of everything else. Nigga trying to kick the door, and you know somebody came out and started recording and shit. Did y'all get him out? Hold on. Where the hell is... Why can't I find him? What in the world? I still should be able to see the... I still should be able to see him. Don't be talking about Daisy Girl. That's Daisy Girl. That's my girl right there. I can't even see it. that's crazy. You would think I'd be able to see the shit. Let me see. Maybe I do this. Do this real quick. What the fuck? Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Are they tripping about this shit? Let this nigga go home until this trial start, because more than likely he going down. He got bail. Like, just shut the fuck up. I used to like the quarter. Now he be acting like a bitch. All right, let me see if I can do it from here. Where's my YouTube studio? All right, jump in here real quick. No, not like that. Hold on. God damn it. Oh, there it goes. No, it's not. All right, let's see. Nah, I can't get with that. Oh, no, I can't get with that take. Here you go. Can I untime them out? They don't even give me an option to take him out of timeout. That's crazy. They don't even. Hold on, try this real quick. That's wild. It won't even let me take. It won't even let me take him out of timeout. Let me try this real quick. Hey Malcolm, it bring you back. Kick will let me bring a motherfucker back, but YouTube, that's wild. I can't even. I'm like, it's my chat, and I can't even mess it up. That's crazy. All right, there you go. He back. He back. All right. He back. All right. Yeah, I just can't. I can't. I can't. I don't know. That shit's wild to me. I feel like you can get nigga. You got a 4.340. You got a 4.44. You got a 4.440. Like, get the fuck away from her. Niggas lose their head chasing ass, man. They lose their head chasing a piece of tail, boy. I don't know. Let's just wait till the rest of the story come out. Who knows? So apparently, according to Raindrops Media, football player Quardarius was allegedly captured on camera assaulting his girlfriend Joanna Monet after she broke up with him. In the footage, Gianna appears to lose consciousness as Quardarius restricts her breathing and cuts off her circulation. So she broke up with him. This nigga was trying to drag her back to the apartment, it looks like. And she wasn't trying to go. And then he said, fuck it. And just choked her the fuck out. He was trying to drag her back upstairs. He was trying to drag her back upstairs. And she ain't posed no threat to him. He was trying to drag her back up them steps. In the video I'm looking at right now. She was out in the parking lot and he was pulling her ass back to the steps. He picked her ass up and she's trying to fight like to get him off of her. And she not trying to go up the steps. This is why I broke up with my ex in public. Apparently she broke up. She must have broke up with this nigga over the phone. And he was like, no, fuck that. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Anyway. Guys. I'm going to give y'all this advice for free. You get into a beef with your chick. I'm looking at it. I want to show y'all, but I don't think I should show y'all again. Like this video I'm looking at, she in the parking lot and she's trying to fight him. He picks her up to bring her back to the steps. She's out like outside the complex. He's trying to take her up the steps. He picks her up and tries to carry her ass up the steps. I can't justify that shit. Anyway, this is free advice, guys. You ain't got to pay Myron Gaines or all them motherfuckers for it. Listen. Whether the chick done broke up with you, or she don't want to talk to you, or she done cussed you out, or she done called your mother names, or she done challenged your man, just leave. Just leave the situation and ultimately leave the chick alone. These women out here, unless you married, these women out here are not worth the trouble. They're not worth the hassle. They're not worth the time in prison. Not worth it. No, he ain't pick up and try to, he carried her from outside and brought her back to the steps. Is what I'm saying in this video I'm watching now. He picked her up from outside and brought her back into the steps. Like he was trying to take her ass back up the steps. He tried to take her up the steps. She put her foot out and braced like, no, I'm not going up there. But anyway, it's not worth it, y'all. This shit is not worth it, man. All right? They might be fine. The coochie might be amazing. Just water down there. Okay? Maybe she put Superhead to shame. I don't know. But have some emotional intelligence. Have some emotional intelligence. Don't go in there trying to kick in the door, waving the 4-4, and then wonder why you got fucking bracelets on. These chicks be emotional. Let them be emotional. When they're not emotional no more and they come to their senses, then talk to them. But don't do rational snap judgment shit like, oh my gosh, she broke up with me, and then haul ass to her fucking apartment and kick in her door. For whatever reason. If she got some shit of yours held hostage, call the police so the police can get your shit back. Just be smart. Be smart. And try to avoid putting your hands on women at all costs. There are some times where you might have to do some shit. But try to keep your hands off of them. This shit is crazy. And his ass going to jail. If she presses charges. Because she fuck around and don't press charges on this nigga and they be back together tomorrow. That shit happens a lot. But, you know, I digress. Anyway. We headed over to Rumble for a Rumble exclusive. Jonah, I'm about to send you the link to Skype. I'm about to send you the link to Skype. I'm sorry, we about to leave YouTube. So if you're over on Kick and you're over on X and you're over on Rumble, you're good. If you're on YouTube, head your ass over to Rumble or Kick or X. I don't care which one you use. What is this? Okay. So like Skype is being co-opted by Teams. How about that? I hope I got the same shit. I have Teams, but I hope I got the same abilities. Hey, Joan, I'm sending it to your your X account. All right, I just sent it to your X account. All right. So I'm gonna do that right there. Boom. Boomer tech. I like Skype because HJ be like 3, 2, 1, and then they got a fucking time. I ain't gotta do none of that shit with Skype. I can share the screen and the fucking sound and everything with y'all and the guest. I ain't gotta do all that extra shit. And Zoom make you pay for that. Skype don't. So just saying. That's why I like Skype. That's why I like Skype. Anyway, until Jonah get in here, we're going over to Rumble, guys. Rumble, X, Kick. Pick your poison, guys. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Until we get over there, Anybody see the new episode of The Last of Us? Anybody in the chat seen the new episode of The Last of Us? That shit was okay. It was alright. It was okay. Now the first season of The Last of Us was really good. Second season, I thought, got off to a really good start. You saw it, Marcus? That shit was interesting. I'm gonna start using my Nerd Out channel. What's up, Veda? I'm gonna start using my my Nerd Out channel to I'm probably gonna start reviewing The Last of Us. Right? So maybe tomorrow I'll do a recap of the first episode of The Last of Us, and then every Monday after that I do a recap of the new episode of The Last of Us. Yesterday's episode got me interested. It got me intrigued on where we're going at. Got me intrigued on where we're going at with this. So I can't wait to check that out. Some things I need to know why things are happening and what's going on there, and some more stuff. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait, guys. I'm going to see if Jay's watching. If Jay watching, then me and Jay can do the recap together. If not, then I have to find somebody to do a recap with. It's always fun to go back and forth with people, especially when it comes to shows. You know, I should have did it with 1923, but I didn't. All right. So, yeah. What else? I want to go see Warzone. I haven't seen Warzone yet. I want to see Warzone in the Working Man. Protocol said Novocaine was good. I may check that out. The movie G20 on Prime was actually pretty decent. A lot of CBDC propaganda, though. A lot of demonizing of cryptocurrency and the hailing of CBDC, which I thought was pretty damn interesting. But nonetheless, the movie was actually pretty decent. There's a couple of things coming out, you know. So, like I said, I need to start using my Nerd Out channel more. Maybe build that. We'll talk The Last of Us on Mondays around 8 o'clock or so. Maybe before this, or maybe we do Tuesday. Maybe we'll do Tuesday. I don't know. Since I do this at 10:30, maybe we'll do Tuesday for The Last of Us talks every Tuesday. We'll figure it out, because it comes on at 9 o'clock and it's an hour long, and I'm like, do I want to watch the show and then jump on the stream at 10 o'clock on a Sunday? I could jump on the stream at 10 o'clock on Sunday and talk about it for 30 minutes. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. And if any of you guys watch The Last of Us, maybe I'll bring you on the stream to talk, and we'll fanboy it up. We will fanboy it up. So Jonah gotta get into his Langley VPN. So we waiting on Jonah to get into his Langley VPN. Again, head over to Rumble. Head on over to Rumble, guys. Or X or Kick. You know. How many people we got in stream on Kick? Does it tell me? Okay, we got 20 over on Kick. That's what's up. Appreciate all y'all people. I appreciate you. Esau, appreciate you with the gifted sub over on Kick. Appreciate you. Let me see something. Fucked up part is nobody went out there to help her. They all was looking from their ring cameras. Like, I'm not going out there. Oh, that's what's up. King Randall. Salute to King Randall. Check this out. They got one, look, they got a little token white boy in the front. Yeah, he got a little white boy in the front, got a little token white boy. He got the X for Boys at the White House. Salute to him. Salute to King Randall, X for Boys at the White House. Hopefully you don't get timed out. You should be good, yo. Hopefully. Salute to King. Yo, he doing big things, yo. And people be hating on King Randall so much, yo. You only want to see these kids succeed. You only want to see these kids succeed. They always going after my man. They always going after King Randall, yo. For what, though? Is he conservative? Okay, listen. Lil Nas X lives. He lost control of the right side of his face. That's what you do. What happens? Look, check this out. This is the type of white friends you need. This is the type of white friends you need right here.
Y'all can't come visit Chris Land. What I tell you about us country folks? We waiting on the tree to fall in our part of that, right? Y'all see, I got that old limb saw.
He sounds just like Forrest Gump.
I can have it out the way for the county. Even gets the call.
Just like Forrest.
Told y'all, didn't take me long. Old Chris Land got traffic flow. It's up to the county now. They better get on the game. They know that tree been leaning for months. Ain't no doubt about it. The power company to come on too. They get my light back on. Ain't got no electricity. But I got some generators. about a good time to promote some, ain't no doubt about it. All right, people. Old Chris Lynn done say today, I just been waiting to hear a tree crack right here. That's what us country folks do. Y'all get up and do something, people.
Y'all get up, do something. That's tight. That's like white friends you need right there. Tree fell down in the middle of the street. He went out there with his little Kubota tractor and a saw and a steel saw and cut that bitch in half. Make sure people can get through. Hey, gonna push that bitch with the bucket. They good to go. That nigga sound like he's straight from Alabama or Louisiana. I don't even know where he from. That shit is funny to me.
Y'all can't come visit Chris Land. What I tell you about the country folks? We waiting on the tree to fall in our part of that, right? Y'all see, I got that old limb saw loaded up. I'm gonna get it cut out. I can have it out the way for the county. Even gets the call. I'm trying to tell y'all. Told y'all, didn't take me long. Old Chris Land got traffic flow. It's up to the county now. They better get on the game. They know that tree been leaning for months. Ain't no doubt about it. The power company to come on too. They get my light back on. Ain't got no electricity. But I got some generators. about a good time to promote some, ain't it?
Oh shit! I don't see you, Jonah. It says 1 of 2 in the call. It says 1 of 2 in the call. Why don't I see you though? What the fuck? Hold on, Jonah. Let's see what this is going on. Grid view. Yeah. Oh goodness gracious. Let me see. Okay, I see you right there. All right, there we go. We gravy now. I got you now. I see you, Jonah. All right, guys, we headed over to Rumble. Make sure just get the fuck off YouTube. Head over to one of the other ones. This is it for YouTube, guys. Until next time, it's Cannon Hotel saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. We head over to Rumble, guys. Let's go. Hold on. There we go.
So relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.
There we go.
So relax and take notes.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm using Rumble Studio, so now I gotta figure out how to stop the damn stream. I guess I gotta do this. All right, that was a smooth ass exit. Now I gotta do that and end the stream like that. All right, I ended the stream. Dismiss. All right, we